somebody who maybe felt like you were a little bit out of their league or acknowledged that maybe they would have had to go through a little bit more healing or work a little bit more on themselves in order to be able to offer what it was you're looking for or they believe that you're looking for. So they went and walked away from what they felt for you and the connection that you could have built together, and found somebody else or chose someone else over you. And even though they're in a connection, whether it's exclusive or not, they're looking at this as like a consolation prize. Like, this is okay, but they don't compare it to you. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Hello, Avis from Norway. I hope you're having a good day. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Grindhard. What's going on? If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is additional information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. Hello, Dana. How you doing? What should we start with? We'll go with the Noisy Tarot. What else do we have? We have the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, Four of Cups in the reverse, and the Seven of Wands. So wondering what your situation is, wondering if you're in a relationship, feeling disconnected from the person that people consider to be their relationship or their significant other. This is probably somebody who's seeking out a lot of solitude or doesn't really want to be very social right now. And part of that is because they feel like they really need to think about things, right? And make a decision. Yes, thank you. Hello, sweetie. How you doing? I like it, key controller. Hello, Sharam. How are you doing? We have the Emperor in the reverse, the King of Wands in the reverse, some insecurity, lack of confidence, but, you know, even though I don't feel good enough to be your person, I still want to have some connection. So it's like, I'm going to go find the cheaper version of you, or I'm going to go find somebody who doesn't have as high standards or wouldn't make me, you know, jump through hoops is kind of how they view it, but do right by you. They won't call me out if I do the wrong thing, right? Hello, Helena. How are you doing? Hello, Mabina. I hope you're having a good weekend. We have the Two of Cups and the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. This person is coming back around. Yes, they may still be in a relationship for some of you. For others of you, their decision to come back around is on the heels of deciding to end the relationship as well. Now that I've walked away from this person, maybe I should just go back and see if I can get with the person that I thought was kind of out of my league. So we're going to refer to them as the King of Wands in the reverse. They've put you on a little bit of a pedestal. We have the Nine of Cups, Seven of Swords, and Five of Wands in the reverse. There's no one like you. So they feel like they just have to stop lying about what it is that they want, admit that this current connection is really just maybe a distraction or a waste of their time, and see if there's any possibility of, you know, a second chance with you instead of trying to pretend that they're happy in this other connection. Thank you for explaining that, Rachel. I appreciate it. Let's see what else we have with the Love Oracle. Thank you, Helena. I feel a little guilty for taking 2 days off this week. It's very unlike me. I literally haven't taken 2 days off since probably a year and a half ago. So we have fantasy and chasing, daydreaming, imagining, fantasize. I know this isn't what I want in my current relationship, so I keep thinking about the person that got away and contemplating whether or not it's time to pursue them instead. I believe in you, Dana. Hello, Denver. How are you doing? Sharam, I am not your darling. Do not refer to me as your darling. I will consider that disrespectful and time you out, okay? I don't know you. Hello, Mr. Mrs. What's going on? Did I say hello to Ruben? What's up, Ruben? So there's this abandoned energy. Someone who walked away. Okay, I think you walked away from this King of Wands in the reverse because they said something and you felt like it was a bluff. You felt like it was an empty promise. I don't think you're going to make that change. I don't think you're going to cut off that person. I don't think you're going to make things right. So I think you walked away. You called their bluff. Hello, LOL, how are you doing? I'm sorry you're having a rough day. Hello, user. I'm just excited that you said a different Emma. Hello, Sid. Oh, I wish you the very best of luck with your math test. We're not going to do personal information, Ariane, so I'm going to put you in a timeout. Oh, it looks like Rachel did too. Double take. And then we get the rejection card, which also says abandoned on it. I think this person has abandonment issues. They made your rejection into like some sort of like a weapon. Like they feel like you were cruel, even though you had explained if you want to have a long-term connection or if you want this to last, here's what needs to happen. And they didn't do that. So I do think they're a little bit light on accountability. They need to probably change that, right? Yeah, I really don't see it. Yes, no birth dates, please. What else? Confessions, unveiling, coming clean, and messages. So this person's going to come back around and admit to you that even though you may have seen things on social media or heard people talking about them being in a relationship, or maybe even seen them talking about being happy in a relationship, they're going to say that person doesn't mean anything to me. That's a distraction. They don't compare to you. And for some of you, they're going to say, I've already broken up with that person. What I want is to be with you. They're not going to waver from that. But I do feel like some of you look at this individual as not trustworthy. That's funny, keep each other. So we have the Five of Wands in the reverse again. Literally, that's the last card that we got from the last deck, right? And here we have it in the reverse again. Five of Wands in the reverse is like, you know, it's getting at that, like, they were a downgrade energy. You know, this isn't somebody who can compete with you. This isn't somebody who can make me laugh the way that you did. This is somebody who maybe helps me feel a little bit less lonely, but it's not like what I had with you. Hello, Johnson. That is not my specialty. However, if I would say there are probably people on YouTube that you would be able to ask that. I don't know that I can make a recommendation though. Hello, Kevin. How are you doing? Hello, Irvin Walker. How's your weekend? So we have the Knight of Swords. I don't know if I mentioned it. This is the tarot of the cat people. Knight of Swords and the Ten of Cups. Clarifying the Nine of Cups. So yeah, maybe this person's nice to me. Maybe the person I started dating after you is attractive, or, you know, maybe my family likes them. But it doesn't matter because they just cannot compare to you. So this person sends you a message, tells you that they miss you, or that, you know, they've ended this relationship, or they want to, because what they really envision as far as like a dream come true, or what they fantasize about, is a life with you. Hello, Raven. How are you doing? Hello, Jared. How's your weekend? Knight of Wands, Tower in the reverse, and the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, this is someone saying, okay, I'm making a change. I know I've been resistant before. I know I didn't maybe confess my feelings, or I was avoiding those feelings. Maybe I wanted to focus on being my own person or being single. But I really just can't tolerate these other people anymore because they're not you. I think this is a non-committal person deciding they want to be committed to you. And some of you are going to be like, but Carmen, they're in a relationship. Yeah, and they thinking about somebody else while they're in the relationship. Is that very committed energy to you? Not to me. If you're over here daydreaming about somebody else and you're in a committed relationship, like, you got decisions that you need to be making right now, you know? Hello, Nicole. Welcome back. It happens, Urban. That's all right. Ray, come on. What are you doing out here? You giving bad advice? I hope you're not charging to that. This person, though, apparently looking at two different people, right? Probably in the midst of breaking up with, or at least very seriously contemplating it. But I will tell you this, if this is somebody who's approaching you from your past and they want to pursue a second chance with you and they are still in this relationship, that right there tells you that they are not ready. Maybe there are some people who are like, well, I don't want to break up with someone unless I know that you're actually going to be interested in something with me. Wrong answer. I already know you got problems. Here's the deal. If you know that this is not a relationship for you, it shouldn't be that you need to have somebody else lined up before you end that relationship. You already know that relationship isn't for you. They were a downgrade. I don't feel like they compare to you. They're just a distraction, you know? So this is somebody who has to take care of that before they can come running back around to you. And for many of you, this person does resolve that before they come back around, right? Hey, Anmol, looks like you have a misconception about the channel, but I hope you find what you're looking for. So I can, how you say, pick her up. I like it. Hello, Matt. How are you doing? Oh, I like that, Zatsukia. I hope you're doing well. Do not revisit places that broke you. So the Eight of Cups in the reverse, the Magician. This is someone who feels like empowered, or they have what they need. They have the confidence that they need to come back around and shoot their shot. See if there's anything else. See if you also believe that there is unfinished business. Death in the reverse can talk about unfinished business, and I was already talking about unfinished business before it came out, so that's fun. Do you also feel like we should try again? Do you feel like there's something that we could do to make this work, right? Hello, Michelle. Hello, Mauricio. I hope you're having a good day. Can you say hello to everyone? Hello, is it Manu? How are you doing? Zats? All right, sounds good. What else do we have? Hello, Mo. How's it going? Knight of Cups in the reverse and the World. I mean, they may feel like there's unfinished business, but you may feel like it's over. Knight of Cups in the reverse is like, I don't know, man. I think I'm interested in different options, or you don't necessarily seem to be interested in the same type of relationship as me. Hey, Diesel, what's going on? 6 months? That's awesome. Thank you so much. I think that's literally from the beginning. Was it April or May? I think it was mid-April maybe. But anyways, I appreciate you. Yeah, so 4 of Wands, for many, they'd look at this and be like, okay, so this is somebody who's thinking, if you come back around, sure, let's get into a relationship. But I see this more as somebody has realized that there are maybe stricter standards that they want to operate their love life with regards to people who may be unhealed. We've got this 4 of Swords in the reverse. So it's like, yeah, I don't want to like repeat lessons. I don't want to feel like, you know, I'm repeating a cycle that I didn't really enjoy, right? Thank you, Michelle. Let me know if you'd like me to pull a few cards for you, or if you have a specific question, please. And let's go with the graffiti deck. Hello again, Grind Tired. These are still like kind of difficult to shuffle because they're so new. It's like they don't want to bend that way. They want to bend this way. But my hands are too small, you guys. Oh well. All right, what else do we have? We have the 6 of Cups and the King of Cups in the reverse. I really do feel this is somebody who struggles to feel lovable or believe that they have enough to offer in the context of a relationship for someone to choose them. We could have somebody who has a past of, or has a tendency to date people that they feel will end in an argument, or, you know, oh, that probably won't work out. Almost like they want to justify or validate their assumption that love doesn't ever work, you know? Hello, wrestling fan. How are you doing? Hello, Pillars. How are you doing? Oh, I hope your luck changes. We have the Queen of Swords. Ooh, and the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, I think this person comes back around. They are lacking confidence. They don't feel like anybody else is like you. But I think you are not really seeing a lot of potential with this person. I think you feel that walking away or this connection ending was the right move, or was freeing for you in a way. I do feel like we have somebody who is currently single. So I don't even think it's like you're choosing someone else over them. I think you're just like, no, that doesn't seem like a good idea. 5 of Swords in the reverse. You've worked to avoid the toxic energy or self-sabotage or people who like to create problems. So even though it may have been a little bit quieter for you socially, even though it may have felt like, you know, you walked away from a lot of people all at once, it's because you were dealing with people that were trying to influence or didn't really have the best impact on your path. Single and ready to mingle. Is that the message you're taking from it, Ray? I'm glad to hear that, wrestling fan. We have the Six of Swords. Oh, sorry, Four of Swords. Healing. Wow, this is really difficult for me. And the Ten of Cups. If I'm going to get into a relationship with somebody, it's going to be because I have spent time with them that demonstrates they have a good understanding of who they are, authenticity, and that they've been able to process or heal from or forgive any of those, you know, traumatic folk that they've encountered in their life. But I don't want to get into a relationship with somebody who still feels unworthy. If you don't know how to accept or, you know, process love, then you probably shouldn't be in a relationship, you know? So I think they're going to realize that they made this effort on a whim or, you know, kind of hopeful that maybe you would entertain that, right? But they're going to realize they're kind of stuck in some like purgatory or like middle place where they aren't really with that person from the past, but they're not really with you either. Sorry, just looking to see if I've got Michelle's question. Oh, love reading. Okay, sounds good, Michelle. Thank you. And hello to McCall. I'm proud of you, Urban. That's important. So what else do we have? The Sun in the reverse. Yeah, I think this is somebody who has some deep sadness that they still ignore or try to forget about. This could be someone who has pretty dramatic mood swings. One moment they're on top of the moon, and then the next day or in the next hour, you know, they're crying or upset or angry. Which isn't to say that you aren't allowed to have changes in your mood, but I think there's some volatility or some difficult to control these emotions tied to an experience from when they were younger that they still need to process or forgive someone or let that be separate from their interactions with you, right? Ooh, I love this card. So I think whoever I'm reading for, you are prioritizing what is important for your healing and personal growth. If this is somebody who is just kind of like hoping that you'll give them another chance, but they haven't really done the work, and in some cases they haven't even broken up with the other person, then I think it's a pretty easy decision for you to be like, no thank you. I'll pass. This is the Burning Heart Love Oracle. Let's see what else we've got. Yes, I agree with Rachel on that. So we've got, I should have fought for you. I wish that I had taken it more seriously. I wish that I had demonstrated that I have real feelings for you. They feel like they've ruined it because they did not want to be exclusive. We have the I am afraid of commitment. Somehow they're in a situationship or a commitment with somebody else. They're connected to somebody else. And they're like, this person's not as great as you. But I had to run away from you, or I couldn't really offer very much to you. So, you know, I had to find somebody that was a little bit of, I don't know, at least a little bit similar to you. I don't feel like I deserve you. Oh, that's pretty closely aligned to the I feel unworthy. I can't let you go. Maybe they got into this relationship or this connection with somebody else in hopes that it would help them to forget you. It did not work if that's what it was. Hello, Grindhard. How are you doing? Thank you for the tip. How did Micah respond when you told her what you got her? I think it's supposed to be a surprise, dude. I've got that written down for you. And then, how did she react when I said I cooked my own thing? Oh, that's awesome. So you cook too, huh? Look at you. Oops, I misspelled that. My own Thanksgiving. All right, I got that for you, Grindhard. Thank you. Hello, Floral. How are you doing? Hello, Heather. What's up? Oh, I hope you have a Merry Christmas as well. I think, Ray, that we could remove gender from that altogether, don't you? I think the things that people are willing to do for love could be described as unbelievable. It goes both ways, right? Just like Harry Styles. Sorry. I'm sorry I hurt you. I didn't realize what I had until it was gone. That makes sense. They're comparing someone else to you, but they're still daydreaming about this future. The problem is they haven't been doing the constructive work they need to in order to get there, right? Hey, Dusty, it sounds like maybe this isn't the right channel for you. I'm gonna put you in just a little bit of a timeout because that might help you find a different video, okay? No, I just like to make a little joke now and then. What is that damn song? It gets stuck in my head. I think it's called Watermelon Sugar. I mean, it's very poppy. It is, you know. I guess I like a little more edge, music-wise, you know? I don't know if you're trying to suggest that I want to, like, date the dude. That's a no for me. No, thank you. I really do care, even though I don't show it. So this is somebody who tried to make it seem like they were unbothered. It's no big deal. I don't need to know what you're thinking, or I didn't really lose. I need to work on myself. I'm trying to clear my head. I told you, they still got a lot of work that they need to get done. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's like a completed work of art, right? We're all works in progress. But this is somebody who is rushing over, maybe in some cases, not even ending a different relationship so that they can try to find an opportunity with you, knowing that they haven't really done what is required of them. Like, I can't offer you anything that much better than what I could the first time around. The first time I knew you, you know? Hello, Armand. How's it going? This is the situations deck. What else do we have? Family, blood ties, inner circle. So this person, our Emperor in the reverse or King of Wands in the reverse, this is somebody who has very difficult personalities in their family or best friends that are not helping things, okay? So this could be like a meddlesome mother, this could be a jealous friend, or an ex that keeps stalking you or something. There's a toxic energy, and this King of Wands in the reverse allows that toxic energy to impact them. They may embody that same toxic energy because they learned it from someone in their family, or they have someone in their life and they don't know how to actually like combat that, or boundaries to prevent that, you know what I mean? So then that toxicity takes over. Michelle, I haven't started the personal questions yet, but I will momentarily, and you are the first one on the list. I would say after I'm done with these cards, and then I'll switch to the personal reading. We've got cleansing and projected. So this is somebody who needs to go no contact or cut off a toxic person in their life, but they have not, and they're coming running back around to you, hoping to reconnect with you before they've done this work. But you know this. You know that they still have this negative influence in their life. So I think you're pretty decided on, I don't think this is going to be the right move for me. It feels like there's still some things that need to be resolved. It's not the right time, you know? That makes sense, Michelle. All right, let's start with those personal questions. I'm going to start with the Jack-o'-lantern tarot. All right, what is the message for Michelle regarding love life, please? What message does Michelle need to hear regarding love? Ten of Cups. The Magician. Judgment. There is a decision approaching you. Maybe you already are trying to make this decision, Michelle, but it is, of course, pertaining to your love life. It could be whether or not to let somebody go, whether or not to forgive somebody, whether or not to pursue somebody or let someone pursue you, whatever it might be. I feel like this decision is tied to your ability to manifest in or to make a reality the kind of relationship that you want to be in. Now, that could be making a decision regarding what your relationship needs to look like with somebody that you're already connected to. Or this could be somebody that is considered like a new love for you. And it could be, you know, don't start a new connection before you've totally ended things with somebody from your past. But I see you in a position of power. You have the ability to make a decision, maybe two decisions that really carve out for you a beautiful path forward in love. You just have to make sure that you're not giving in to something that you know isn't right. You're welcome, Michelle. Hello, Factor. How you doing? Next month? Oh, I'm so excited for you. First meetup. Will it happen? I've added that for you. Thank you, Grindhard. And Michelle, I wish you luck. Let's see what we've got for Grindhard. How did Micah respond when the gift of the iPad was revealed? I feel like trying to hold back excitement. There's this like, I don't know if I should. Maybe there's like a really strong tradition of not opening gifts until Christmas. But with strength, there's also a sense that this is like reinforcing that you have feelings, right? That you're being considerate or doing something sweet. Yeah, this is like, okay, so then you really do care about me. How did she react to learning that Grindhard cooked his own Thanksgiving? Four of Pentacles in the reverse. King of Pentacles in the reverse, Seven of Swords, and Page of Wands in the reverse. Again, she is not used to this. You are different from other people that she has dealt with in the past. So it's like I have to let go of the assumptions that I make that maybe I'm the better cook. I have to acknowledge that, you know, in some relationships, it's a different division of labor, or there are things that are, you know, talents that you didn't expect someone to have. So I feel like this is like you came across as kind of like hiding, or I didn't expect you to have these other skills. But with Page of Wands in the reverse, there's also, I think, a little bit of fear. I think she's not as good a cook. So she might be nervous. Like the Seven of Swords is kind of giving like, I don't want you to know that maybe I'm not as good at that. Hello, Mary. How are you doing? And what about the meetup next month? Will this happen between Gerhard and Micah? It looks like yes. I think there are some possibilities of obstacles or problems, maybe even a delay. But I feel like both of you are looking forward to this and wanting to make sure that you do what you need to make it happen. Is there anything that Grindhard needs to know to make sure that it does happen? Three of Cups in the reverse. King of Swords and the Devil in the reverse. The most important thing that I'm seeing, Grindhard, is if there is somebody who approaches you, expresses interest in you, or like an ex that comes back, you need to tell her about it. There's something here about maybe the plans being impacted because she thinks that you hid something from her. So if there's an inappropriate, like someone's hitting on you, or maybe even like one of her friends, this needs to be communicated to her in a respectful manner. That could potentially, if it's not handled right, it could potentially put the meetup at risk. Lisa would like to know, is there a third-party energy in the boyfriend's mind? I'm not seeing that. Seven of Wands in the reverse. I feel like there's something here that's bothering him. Sorry, there's like a hair that got stuck to my lip. This looks to me like your boyfriend needs some reassurance, a little bit of a boost of confidence for something perhaps work-related or family-related. But I'm not seeing a different person. I think it's just, look, there's a lot going on. I'm super stressed, and it's making me kind of pull into my shell a little bit, right? Does he love her? He might be a little bit resistant to talk about feelings. He might be a little bit resistant to acknowledging. I feel like this is somebody who is letting the stress and anxiety of something else impact whether or not I can accept that I might be happy. So it's kind of like I'm trying to ignore how much I feel for you. This is somebody who maybe complains about being busy but likes to be busy. Do you know what I mean? Hello, Be Innovative. How are you doing? Yes, I like that strategy, Grindhard. That makes a lot of sense. Is Gibson being spied on by an ex? No. But there is somebody who likes to talk negatively about you. I don't think you have to worry about it with the Tower being in the reverse. It feels like there's gossip that somebody is creating that others will be like, that doesn't sound accurate, or there's information that comes out and makes it clear that it was a lie. So I wouldn't worry too much about that, Gibson. Hey, thank you, Minnesota Picker. I appreciate that. That's funny awesomeness. All right. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for the tip, Minnesota Picker. Thank you, everyone, for the likes and the subscribes. If you're able to hype the video, I appreciate that as well. And I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.